Welcome back. Our society has to shape men from a tender age to have a sense of masculinity and how they should behave, feel and believe. And when men show emotion and admit to having difficult feelings, it's often associated with weakness. To help us understand hopelessness or despondency as a result of depression, I'm now joined by the chairperson of Delivery Room Foundation and also the author of the Delivery Room Mental Health booklet, that is Elago Nantana. Elago, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's start by talking about, some of these factors that drive men to feel hopeless.
One of the things that men find themselves is being unable to provide. Because if a man doesn't know who he is, the identity that who he is as a man, he falls into that state of finding himself valueless. Because if a man doesn't find value in himself and doesn't find that he is the source of joy in his home, in his community, in his workplace, he finds hopeless. And men always find themselves hopeless when they have no purpose. And if a man finds himself hopeless, he finds himself that community doesn't need him. He finds himself as an outcast, that everywhere he goes, people are just laughing at him, people are just mocking him, people are like seeing him that, no, you are supposed to be the man. As a culture has actually grown men, and we tend to lean more to the culture what we were told as kids.
You wrote this book called the Delivery Room Mental Health booklet.
Yes.
Talk to us about this and what the inspiration behind this was.
The Delivery Room Mental Health booklet is a comprehensive book and a self-help guide to any person, not just men, but to any person, male, female, children, and so forth. It's a book that shows what actually mental health is all about, because people don't understand what is mental health and mental illness. Because sometimes a person might say, I have a mental health issues, and then they will take this person to the mental health clinic. People will usually say that the person is crazy. But then we realize that let's broaden up, let's start a conversation behind mental health and men, because men don't speak up, there's nothing happening. And I'm like, no, let me take up this challenge after I walked from Oranjemund to Katima Mulilo as an advocate for mental health. And I'm like, okay, this is what I've been picking up throughout societies and so forth. Let me put it in a book. Let's explain to people what is addiction, what is hopelessness, what is spiritual blindness, what is hopelessness, what is gender-based violence, what is mental health in itself. And then we put all these things together, and then we added biblical wisdom to the book, whereby in the Bible you'll see who went through addiction, who went through schizophrenia, who went through drug abuse, who went through gender-based violence. So we laid them down, and then we came up with triggers, what triggers certain actions and so forth. And then also I shared my personal stories on all the mental health issues that we have just listed, and how to actually come out of it.
Fantastic. And of course society has a role to play here as well. So what role does can society play in breaking the stigmas around men speaking out, men being vulnerable, and of course men and mental health?
Yes, so we have started up a community of conversation. Everywhere we call people together. Like with the foundation, we have weekly meetings where men come together, everyone just come share what they are going through, challenges they face and so forth. And then we realize that community comes in terms of sharing, speaking to whichever man you find, that it is okay, don't be afraid, whatever you are going through, pray over it, there is help, go and see somebody, like encourage somebody else not to give up. It's not always to give them the weight that you are the man at the age of 30, you still don't have a car, you are 30, you are not yet married. All those pressures are different in today's society, and we are just trying to encourage people that let's love one another. Love the other person just like you love yourself. Let's encourage each other. Let's motivate each other. As government comes in, it's for us to see booklets like this going out. Even we have, on Friday, we have an International World Mental Health Day where we bring different people from different ministries and organizations so that we have this conversation on gender-based violence and on mental health, on psychology at work and so forth. It's a free event at the old power station at a place called Deeper Life. This coming weekend, this coming Friday from 8 to 12.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But just very lastly, where is the booklet available? Where can they get it?
The book is available at Radical Bookstores, which is in Windhoek West, just opposite the Health Council.
Yes.
So it is then the book goes for $100. And what we want to see is this book into libraries and into the communities.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
On that note, we wrap up today's edition of the Daily Roundup with Nina. We'll see you tomorrow, same time and place. Good night.